Hi everyone, it's Vicky from createafashionbrand.com and fashionserviceshongkong.com. Welcome to our new set of videos where I'm going to be answering all of your questions about building a fashion brand. We've had quite a lot of emails actually, people speaking to me directly. Not a lot of comments on the main video yet, but I only posted that last week, so I think everyone's kind of waiting for somebody to post that first comment. So please comment with any of your questions, problems, topics you want me to answer. You can't miss it. It's the one on the playlist with a big blue box saying 5-minute fashion brand. So please comment there with any of your questions or on our Facebook or Twitter. And I'll get them directly. I always check through our social media. So let's get on to our question. And it was an email that I got sent from Anna in the US. And she says, I can't sew, but everyone says that I need a sample. Do I need to create a sample before I get my products made? Okay. So this is going to be down to your brand. And what it is that you're actually doing. So these are the situations where you would have to make the sample yourself. If you were doing something that was very high-end and you were calling it bespoke, you know, something that was, I can't use the word couture because couture is actually a legal term that's protected by the French government. So please, if you are doing high-end products or luxury, never call it couture unless you are actually granted permission by the French government. That's not a joke, that is actually true. But if you are doing something high-end and you're telling people that it's handmade by you or that it's bespoke, people will expect that it's made by you, if that's what you're saying, or that if you are doing something luxury, that they get a very personal service from you. But I'm talking like thousands and thousands of dollars, kind of high end. In all other cases, and obviously handmade, I should say, handmade doesn't necessarily mean it has to be expensive. If you are saying you are hand making something, you must hand make it. You can't say that it's handmade by you and then get somebody else to make it. You are actually breaking the law. You can't claim things that are not real. I'm not sure who would take you to court over that, but it is still wrong and against the law, so please don't do that either. But that can be anything from, you know, Etsy designers, people who do craft markets, things like that, all the way up through to luxury. So if you are saying you're handmade something, you must handmake it. In all other cases, there is no point you making a sample. Okay, and here's why. If you're going to a factory, if you're going to, whether that's small or large, if you're getting anything made in bulk, they're not going to trust your pattern or your sample. They are going to make their own sample, right? And you have to check not just the shape, not just the fit, but the fabric, the quality of the stitching, the price, because that's how they will cost the products for you, so you know how much it's going to cost to do for bulk production. So you are actually, by doing your own sample and then giving it to the factory, they're going to make one anyway. So you're just adding additional cost and time to your process. It's completely unnecessary. You don't need to do it. What you will need to do though is when you hand your notes and details to a factory, they're going to expect you to tell them exactly what you want. And that's where a tech pack comes into play. So you would need to first get your designs on paper, a few notes. If you can do tech packs yourself, fantastic. If you can't, you will need to hire somebody who's a technical designer. There's a big difference between designing fashion and getting it made. So you need someone who can actually get it made. They know how to translate your beautiful idea into an actual product. So you need a technical designer to do the tech pack and then speak to the factory about how to make that garment. And that will come down to really unsexy stuff like the color of the thread or the composition of the fibers and the fabrics and the prints and everything else. But that's it. And I can see from my time, I'm literally just over by a couple of seconds. But I think that's because I did my little introduction at the beginning. So I think I'm allowed to go over just a bit. But that's really it. If you are going to a big factory, don't bother with a sample. You don't need it. Just make sure you get a really good tech pack done. And the better quality the pack, the less hassle you're going to have with your factory and your samples as well. So make sure your tech packs are really good quality. Anyway, don't forget, please, please, please comment on the main video so that I've got a list of lots of lovely questions and I can answer your questions every week. I'm going to do this once a week for now. If I start getting more questions in, then I'll obviously do a few more per week. Hopefully we can get to one every couple of days, something like that. So please, please leave your comments. And I look forward to hearing from you and helping you next week with the next question.